What's going on, everybody? We're back with another e-bike review. This time it's another Super 73, and this time it's the one I've been waiting for, the RX. Cue fancy slow motion BS intro.
I'm filming this one. You didn't jump!
Okay, so nerdy GoPro attached, helmet, glasses, gloves over there. We're gonna take this thing for a spin on the trail and see what it's all about, but I've spent 2 weeks with it. I'm at the tail end of my time with this bike, and I've been doing a lot of running around the neighborhood. I rode it from Super 73's headquarters in Irvine to my house when I first picked it up. It's a 9-mile trip, and it was great. The thing is not without fault, but it is really good. And then there are some improvements I'd love to see done to it down the road or in the aftermarket community. But let's get into that in the riding portion, which we'll do now. Here are the basic bits about this bike. It's the Super 73 RX, and it's the brand's flagship at the moment. This is a street-legal electric moped of sorts, fitted with full suspension front and rear, and a few other upgrades over the other bikes in the lineup. The frame is aluminum. Up front you have an inverted coil spring fork with air damping and 120 mils of travel. The rear is a coil-over spring and shock setup. You can adjust compression and rebound to suit your riding style. At the rear sits the hub motor, which features 1,200 watts of nominal power and 2,000 watts peak power in the unlimited mode. The battery, which is removable, sits on the top tube and is a 960 watt-hour unit. The 4 riding modes are Class 1, 2, 3, and Unlimited.
Filming.
1 is pedal assist only and maxes at 20 miles per hour. 2 is throttle or pedal assist and maxes at 20.
I didn't get it good.
3 bumps it to 28 miles per hour for the top speed, and Unlimited will let you hit speeds up to 35 miles per hour. This RX gets Super 73's latest Badger all-terrain tires, with the fronts running 20 inches by 4.5 inches and the rears at 20 by 5 inches. You also get Tektro brakes, and the front caliper uses a 4-piston setup. A really cool feature is pairing the display with a Super 73 app on your phone, because then you can access turn-by-turn navigation on the display. The overall range is rated at around 35 or more miles if you're just sitting on the throttle in unlimited mode. Switch that to pedal assist and you can extend the range way out to 75 miles.
Okay, so here's the deal with this thing. I love that it has full suspension. I love the big fat Badger Super 73 tires. All that adds up to a great riding experience. I do wish there was an XL frame option, because I'm at the I'm at the higher end of who can ride one of these. And then I'd love to also option on a 2-person seat and some rear foot pegs. I've been riding around my neighborhood with my daughter sitting up front. She's been holding on right here, and she's been really enjoying it, but I've been putting my feet on the frame, which I don't recommend. So let's talk basics of the bike. This is the battery pack. It's removable. You can charge it in 3 to 4 hours on the included charger if it's empty, and the plug is right down here by my left leg, right near the power button. It's powering a single rear hub motor, and peak power is 2,000 watts, which is actually pretty awesome. Now, you can drive this solely in throttle mode, which is what I've been doing. I let my daughter run the pedal assist mode, which was funny because she had the pedal. And then you can control that over here on this great little display that shows your speed. And then it's right now it's in 0, but if I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, it's now 4 is the most pedal assist, 3's a bit less, 2's even less, 1's even less. And right now, 0 is, you know, no pedal assist. But you can always override that with the throttle. This is a single speed setup, but there's an option to upgrade this to a 10-speed drivetrain, which is what I would do if I was buying one of these, to actually put the pedal assist to use. But if you're not putting the pedal assist to use on full throttle, your range is between 30 and 35 miles, which is pretty amazing for a bike like this. And then top speed, I think if you're a skinnier fella, you can hit 35. I'm maxing out at about 31. And then also because this is a hub-driven electric bike, it is going to suffer in the uphill portions. It's fine on the flat stuff and even on mild grades, but as soon as you get into any sort of climbing at all, the speed drops way down. So get your speed up to try to make it up as far the hill as possible. That's where that 10-speed drivetrain would really help out a lot, I think, and mitigate some of that power loss. That's also where I'd love to see Super73 step up and offer another level, some mid-drive bikes. Everybody I talk to in this space swears that mid-drive just destroys hub-driven stuff, even though the packaging with hub-driven stuff just is super easy and makes a lot of sense. Mid-drive, though, for power delivery seems to be where it's at. But for what this bike is and what it offers, it's a ton of fun. And then if you're just using it as a round-town commuter, it's pretty amazing. And it should be, because this is their most expensive bike, so it's around 3,500 bucks. But if you were able to supplement, you know, using your car a whole lot less often because you had one of these, it would make a lot of sense. Or if you just wanted a toy, it makes sense there too. I love it. I would love to put one of these in my garage. I think the style is awesome. I think the addition of, you know, now a full suspension bike, I would love to tune the suspension a bit more, play with the preload settings, the rebound, all that good stuff. I haven't really messed with it at all. I've just kind of hopped on and gone, and I'm still having fun. Karma Rivero. And it's not that heavy as far as a full-size electric bike. Like, it's way heavier than any electric mountain bike. Those are usually like 50 to 55 pounds. This is 80 pounds, so you can still lift it and move it around yourself. And I even think it would fit inside the back of my Montero, but I don't have a bike rack beefy enough to handle this. Though, you know, they're out there. There are plenty of them available. So what are the downsides of the bike? Well, I think I mentioned the hill climbing. I also wish it had a bit more low-end torque. When you start from a stop, it just pulls away real slowly, which is great for the average consumer. I'm sure it's a safety thing, but it'd be nice to unlock the ability to have, you know, all the power available at a lower level, or just have it ramp up more quickly. So like, here's a good example of the power up a hill though. So build up speed. I mean, you can hear it, and this is a really small hill, but it'll get there. And then once we're going, it'll start whipping. Above 20, it just seems to, that must be where the power comes on, like fully, because it pulls way harder once you're over 20. The tires feel great in the soft stuff. Having that rear shock is nice for the ride. It's a blast. I like it. It'd be cool to see someone hack one of the rear hubs to work on the front too, so you had a dual hub bike. See over this bumpier stuff right there? On a lesser model from Super73, or any bike with just a front fork, like a hardtail, that would not be fun. See? We got one more big hill where you'll really see what's going on. Just thought I lost my phone. Yeah! I think I got like a foot of air that time. So you can charge in this and have a lot of fun. But like I said, the seating position for more aggressive riding is a little awkward, and I think that's part of my size, where it's almost like old school beach cruiser seating position, and that's not what I want. I wish it was something closer to like my mountain bike seating position when the seat is down, not when it's fully extended for when I'm climbing on my mountain bike, but I feel bad, I'm gonna blow by this mountain biker. You can hear the battery. It doesn't love the climb up, but it gets there. This thing is a blast. Now that we've made the climb, just turn around and head back. The brakes feel pretty good too. They get the weird buzzing noise. I feel like every e-bike I ride, so maybe it's the just the Tektron brakes do that. I don't really know. Also, if you see here in the wiring, they're not hooked up, but it's wired to accept turn signals for street use, which is really cool. And then I asked Super73 about hiding this more with internal routing, and they said they've looked at the idea, but they want the bikes to be really easy for consumers to fix at home. Like if they had questions, they could talk to a tech and they could say, hey, can you check this? Can you check that? So that answer does make sense to me. I still think it'd be nice if they offered a slightly more premium, even though we're already expensive, a slightly more premium version that was, mid-drive, internal routing, like all this crazy stuff. Then they'd have a flagship bike. But for right now, for this being the top of the line, this thing is awesome. It's crazy how fun it is. But it definitely gets, major style points too, for sure. Whereas some bikes are much more about function. This one does function and form. Is it the best one out there? No, probably not, but is it fun? Yes. Is it worth the money? I think so. And you don't need to get this one. You can save money on the lower models, but I really want that double suspension setup and all the other goodies. It's definitely fun to ride, and it's like the weight feels great. Even though like I said, I'm at the upper end for being comfortable in the seating position, I'm still able to have fun on the bike. I'd also change the grips if you were going to buy one of these. I don't like the grips. My hands are starting to get tired earlier than they should. That's a super easy change though.
It's certainly not cheap, seeing as it's Super73's flagship, as the RX costs $3,495. Still, in the world of electric bikes, that's in line with a lot of the competition. Sure, there are cheaper offerings, and there's also offerings that cost a whole lot more.
That rear shock, because that one jostled my plums. I feel it in my plums. Nice fence. Good color. Diesel 1552.
I'm filming. All your fans will be mesmerized. Jump! Yes! I think I finally got a good one. Dad, do another jump. He's coming in for a jump. No jump.
Oh, not that.
And go. Yes. Yeah, all I got was the wheel. Go. Jump.